Okay, hi everyone. Thank you for coming. Let me let's see if we could these to the front. This is the first time we're doing our educational course through live broadcast from YouTube. So a thank you is in order to YouTube for providing the technology, and this way we could present this to a wider audience and that are just interested in the subject as well. So with that said, I believe we are on time and we're going to start the meeting. So my name is Sean Toussi. I'm CEO and co-founder of Glow3D.com, and why you should listen to this live presentation if you are a dealership when you're looking to expand your marketing, understand how the new industry online presence and the importance of it work, and how you could really improve it with specific actionable items, then this video is for you. The entire presentation is built around a Google study done of 1,000 dealerships where they looked at what are the important decision-making points in a car buyer's journey, specifically used car buyers. And we will sort of talk every single step, how you could be present in those moments and how you could turn those prospects into customers. With that said, let's get dived into it. So what we'll discuss today is how you could generate more leads, how you could better engage with those leads, and how you can make them buy from you. And do that without spending on ads. And we also go over effective actions that will help you do that. But before we starting that, we need to talk about the big change that is happening in automotive industry. And that is online presence, importance of it, and buying and selling cars online are becoming more normal. Um, the average visits to dealerships have dropped from 5 to only 2 in the past 10 years. And 41% of those people are not even visiting two dealerships. They're just visiting one dealership. So buyers only one dealership when they're buying a used car specifically. So how can you be one of those dealerships that decide to visit? That's exactly what we will focus on today and help you guys figure out and be one of those two dealerships and hopefully the dealership that they decide to make the purchase. So to do that, we need to understand buyers' habits and how those habits are changing during the time. And that's where we're sort of diving into that Google study. So there are top 5 moments in a buyer's journey. And in those moments before the car shoppers step into your showroom, they're making decisions and forming opinions by doing their research online. You must be present and valuable in those moments if you want them to come and see you and test drive your car and purchase that car from you. So these are the same principles that have been around for years. And the whole idea of how you could address it and how you could stand out and make yourself different is the one that changes during the time, right? And that's why whether you're an experienced dealer, a new dealer, this presentation would be extremely useful to you. What are those 5 moments? So according to this Google study of 1,000 dealerships, these are the top moments. People want to know which car is best for them. Is this a right car for them? Can they afford it? Where should they buy it? And are they getting the right deal? So if you look at it, the idea is how can you as a dealership be present, give them value in these critical moments. If you look at it, the majority of these questions are really made before they even ask where should I buy it, right? So the idea is that if you're present, give them the information that can help them move them along this journey where the question is which car is best. If you could be there for them, is this right for them, for me? If you can be there for them, can I afford it? If you can be there, if you can answer these questions and be a source where they can get these answers, you will gain their trust. Once you gain their trust, then when it comes, where should I buy the car? I promise you will be one of those two dealerships that they decide to visit. And then from there is, am I getting a good deal? So it's about how can you really offer them a good deal where it creates a win-win situation where you don't have to lose money, you still make a good profit, but you do that by adding value, by giving them a deal that they cannot refuse. So today we're going to talk about that as well. So really the idea is to be present in these 5 moments, try to be there with them at the beginning of their journey all the way, and give them a deal they cannot refuse. And that is going to guarantee your sales for every lead you have. So basically, this is a sort of a workshop presentation about mastering these top 5 moments. And if we start with looking at this buyer's habit study done by Cox Auto, about how a potential buyer spends their time, right? So if we want to be present in those 5 moments, well, we need to figure out how do they spend their time during that buying journey. According to this study, a big part of that, the yellow side here, 61% of that 12 hours, which is the average it takes for them to do the purchase, spent on doing online research. And then 20% of that is dealing with that end dealership that they want to buy the car from. So if you look at it, if you are not online, if they can't find you online, if you cannot be part of that online research, you're literally losing 80% of your potential buyers. And that's how important the online presence is. So then the next question is, what do exactly people do like during this whole process? We said, okay, 61% online research. What do they do exactly during this 61% of their time, which is literally 6 hours? So this is what they do. The SEMA study shows that they spend a big portion of their time on third-party sites, and then they will spend time on the dealership sites, on the OEM sites, and then comes down like a new form of online retailing, which is basically Carvana style, where they would buy the cars. As you can see, they have been scaling up. And some lenders, which if you notice, the lenders would be about question is, can they afford it, right? We'll come back to that more later. But third-party size, a dealership. So if you want to hit the top 2, which is literally the majority of what people will spend their time, the question becomes, what are those third-party sites? So the third-party sites are major these 7 sites where people really get different answers with all of those different questions they have in their buyer's journey. Remember, we had 5 moments. The first 3 was before even where should I buy it. Those 3 moments, that's where they come to these different websites to get the answer. And then where should I buy it? Probably AutoTrader or Cars.com, Car Gurus. These are platforms that are car classified, right? So they would get the answer, where should they buy the car from, or Facebook Marketplace is missing from this. But the most important one of the most important one is YouTube during their research, during their online research, right? What car they should get. And with YouTube, 1 in 3 adults in the US, they watch auto content on YouTube at least 1 per month. And 69% of people who used YouTube while buying a car, they were influenced by it. So this is a study done by Google about how people really use YouTube in their automotive purchasing journey. So really, if we sort of sum up everything we talked so far, what has changed from, let's say, 20, 30, 40 years ago is really internet and the ability for potential buyers to walk into every dealerships and do majority of their decision makings online. So internet. And for you to be there, you need to stand out and you need to be present. 1, obviously you need to have a great online presence, and 2nd, that may not be enough because with everybody has a website, that may not be enough. So now you need to stand out. So these are the important things. So really, if you look at the point of selling anything to anyone, the idea is that if you can align what you want and what the customer wants, then the sale automatically happens by default, right? So if what you want and what the customer wants get aligned, let's say if a customer wants something for $10 and if you can offer it for $10 for the same quality that they want, the same deal they want, then automatically the deal happens. So the point is, how can you bring up the customer, give them more value so they get closer to the number that you want, and also how you could offer them the product they want so that it aligns with what they want. And that's really what is sales all about. So what you want, the moment it gets aligned with what customer wants, then you will be able to do the sales and you will be able to make that happen. So what do you want? You want to generate more leads, you want to better engage with the leads, and you want to make them buy from you. And what the customer want, they want answers to these 5 questions. So the rest of the presentation is mostly about how can we really connect these 3 important dealer want, and how can we really correlate it? How can we connect it with these 5 moments that a potential dealership wants to purchase? So the first question, the first moment is, which car is the best, right? And how do a person want to buy a car? How do they really get answer to this question? They do online research. They watch car review sites and YouTube. So how can you really correspond to this? How can you be there for them in this moment? You could create and post educational contents to social media, specifically to your website. You could share third-party knowledge, people that are not necessarily your competition, but most of the people are content creator reviewing cars. You could share them with your audience and add a little bit of your comments or don't add anything. So most of these things don't take a lot of time from you, but it will help you be there for your audience and educate your audience and have your name in front of it. If you notice, no advertising money, no marketing budget spend. It's something you could dedicate at 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe at night if you're in the habit of spending sometimes on your phone. Really create a habit that you're going to spend about 30 minutes. Be part of groups. If you find something that is useful for audience, really just share it to your Facebook group. Or have some sort of means where you could share that to your website so people that come in, they will see it. So again, the point is, if you know your customers are doing research, which according to this study they are, the moment is be there for them, give them what they want. Or you could actually use tools. For example, in Glow3D, we're helping dealerships do these add YouTube car reviews to their website, which instead of customers leaving their website to YouTube, they bring literally YouTube for them. But you don't have to even use the softwares we have. You could do it. The point of this presentation is how you can avoid literally any company, including Glow3D, and just do it yourself. And it just needs a little bit of time, a little bit of commitment, and you will be able to do this. Use the trillion-dollar platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and without really paying them, just use them to post content and be consistent, and you're going to create that trust in the audience. So video is increasing and influencing the early research moments of a car buying. So be there for them. A very good example is that you are driving home. Why not drive home with a different car every day? Put the camera on the dashboard, and as you drive home, just record. Just talk about that car that you're driving home. Say, hey guys, today I'm driving this specific car. This is what is good about this car. This is what is bad about this car. And by the way, if you see this or similar cars fit to you, don't forget to come and visit us. We have a great inventory of different kinds, different types, and we'd be happy to offer you, right? It doesn't take you any time. By the time you get home, you just stop, pause, a live like this. You could set it up. Just you sit in a car, you go home, you set it up, and by the time you're home, most of us have 10, 15, 20, sometimes 1 hour drive. So you could make those drive useful without really putting yourself into a lot of pain. There is a research done that YouTubers, people that watch car content, they pay a lot more attention on the quality of the content and not the quality of the video. So it's not very much important to have a production quality video, but it is important to have a educational content. And that's very important. Obviously, you don't want to have like a voice that people can nicely hear. It's not really too noisy. But the point is, you don't need quality, production quality video. In fact, the study shows people pay more attention to the videos created by third party because they trust them more. They see it much more non-biased versus a video that was created by an OEM, like an advertising, and they watch those more and they get influenced by them more. So the next one is this right for me? So how can you be there for them? So people see if it is right for them. They do obviously online research, look at through the features, and do the test drive. So you could record video messaging and YouTube Shorts in your free time and just post it. You could ask your salespeople to do that. That's where you can be there when the people are asking, is this right for me? And then you could reshare car review videos on social media. You could create interactive virtual tours and use auto-generating video tour software. Go3D is one of them, but again, you could do that yourself. You don't necessarily need to use software. You could also use free software. So can you create a video walkthroughs and video test drive using free softwares like loom.com. So they're a multi-billion-dollar company, and they have a free app. They have a free software where you guys can share the screen. You could really, if somebody calls and asks a question and you want to send them text message and something, why not use the app loom.com and download the app and record your face and text message them there. That suddenly is going to create a much different and memorable experience comparing to what they've done with everybody else, and puts a face in front of just a text message, which is a dollar value. And that creates a much more memorable experience. It helps you stand out and moves you towards becoming one of those two dealerships. And you can link everything back to your website for next step. So you're going to put all these educational content, right? Is this right for me? So all of these contents, there is a link at the end where either if it is content about a specific car, you put a link of a specific car you're selling, or if it is in general, you put the link of your website or your Facebook groups or somewhere that you want them to take an attention to taking a step. So do that. The next question people would have during this 5 moments, can I afford it? So online research is how they do it. Interest calculators is how they do it. But what happened, they come to your website, they see a car, they like it, then the question is, can I afford it? What do? They leave your website, they go search an online calculator. There's a high chance one of your competitions have an online calculator in their website so they can get the answer, and they forget to come back because now they want to see another car. Can they afford that? Why should they come back to your website? They're going to search it on the website that has an online calculator. Most of the major lenders and companies you guys work with that offers lending, either them or they have connection with their wholesalers that they do offer online calculators. You could really put a simple link in the description if you want, if you don't have the widget. Again, no cost. You don't need to pay extra even to your inventory management. But if you can, if there is a widget, if it is available, I will highly recommend it. Again, be there, answer this question. Because see, the moment as we go through forward to the journey, there's a higher chance of them making a purchase. So as you go through this 5 moments, the closer you get to the end is more important to be there present for them. So this is something you don't want to miss. You don't want people to leave your website to find the answer to this question. So you could use, and this is actually sample URL. It's literally a free online auto loan calculator that you could use. You could either embed it or literally put the link, let people just put the information, right? Make it easy for them. Let them do the research and help them find this answer on your website and not somebody else's website. The next moment is, where should I buy it? So Google reviews, Google Maps, and local directories and communities, there were people right now try to get this answer. And 1 in 3 shoppers, they use their mobile device as part of the purchase process. They located or called the dealer from their mobile. This is extremely important. So that means you need to be online presence. You need to be presence on mobile. You need to be on Google Map. You need to try to get good reviews. You need to be on local directories and be part of local communities, which again, we'll come back on this local community on other courses we have, which is about building trust and being in front of people. People do not like to get advertised to, but they do like to learn. And once they see somebody who can teach them something, they will trust that person because they know what that person knows and what they don't know. And then when they need something, they will use the trust, they would use their network. You become part of their network and they're going to come to you to make the purchase. So the next really step, am I getting a deal? So you need to show them that they are getting a good deal, and you need to be able to make money by creating one-of-a-kind deal. So this is very important steps. In order to, sometimes some people think, okay, if I want to give a super good deal, I have to be the cheapest guy in town, so I'm not going to make money. Most of the time, I'm going to lose money. How am I going to have a profitable business? Well, if you look at it that way, you're correct. But what if you can create a unique deal around a specific car that everybody sells. But the deal you put together, the value overall you add by giving them a extra warranties, extra services, extra oil changes, repairs, things that the purchaser knows they're going to need these. If somebody buys a car, they know they have to put oil in it, they have to put gas in it, they have to really maintain the car, they have to change the oil filter, they have to really, the tire goes flat, they have to do something about it. So if you are able to create a unique deal that has a car plus a few different things that you negotiated with a couple of providers, whether yourself or if you're a larger car group or through your state independent association, which gives you guys power of a large car group if you're part of a state. That's beautiful. Beauty of being part of an independent dealer association is that it will give you more power, and you use the power of group like a Groupon power, right? Imagine every IADA is a Groupon that can really negotiate with service providers for your end customer, and add those values, those coupons, those discounts for oil change, for tire repairs, for towing, for all of that. Like your IADA can talk to AAA, they can talk to other service providers and get these discounts that you could actually pass along, put part of that package and offer that to an end customer. And maybe you don't make a lot of money on the actual card, but when you package it into different things and you tell the customer, okay, you're going to pay $600, but you get $1,000 worth of oil change value for the next few years, and you're going to pay it during time. So that is additional value that the end user know they must spend it. But now they're getting it at a discounted price because they're dealing with you. And the nice thing about these services is that they will create a continuous connection between you and the potential buyer. So this way you can create a win-win good deal by combining financing services, maintenance, and warranty plans. This is the best way that you can create that deal that creates a win-win situation. And this is interesting to know that the top action people perform with their phones while they're on the lot is confirming that they are getting a good price in a vehicle. So instead of you try to hide that or try to not even mention it, just be proactive. Just show them why they're getting the best deal on the actual price and why the overall package is great, right? So do it, price it like that. So we're done with this 5 moments, and now I want to really spend a few minutes to go over a couple of takeaways that I sort of summarize at what we looked at, which has specific actions that if you'd like to take any of them, even 1 or 2 of them today, that would be great for me and a great sign. So the best is to be better presence and presentations of your cars and your company. So how can you do that? Be searchable on Google Maps and other online directories. This is a specific action, doesn't cost money. Get more reviews by incentivizing them. So somehow you could either offer them a oil change, or offer them something that they know they want, offer them a car wash, offer them something that would make them come in and give you the reviews, because you remember it was part of those 5 moments. And this costs very little money. Better online presentation of each card through virtual and video tours and better quality images. Obviously, there are softwares that can help you. Glow3D, our company, is one of those. But again, you don't have to use us. You could really use your mobile. Mobile phones have great tools. You could use free softwares like Loom.com and WhatsApp and other apps that are multi-billion dollars, and you could really record this video. You could post them on YouTube, you could post them on other platforms, and then send the links to customers. You could really do those, and as you scale, as your business scales, maybe you want to use softwares like us to really automate a big portion of that, so you could really spend more time on your business. But when you start, you don't necessarily even need us, right? Or companies like us. You could really do it without costing you any money. And a good optimized website for a mobile device is extremely important, but this part is also automated. Most of the website providers, they do have this built in, but you just want to make sure as you do interview to decide who you're going to go with, just ask them to explain to you what do they do for their mobile view optimization, right? Don't necessarily go with the cheapest person. If you pay $50 per month more, but you can get a website that is super mobile oriented, is the one you want to go with, because that $50 will give you a return on your investment, probably like 100x, if not more. So add tools to your website that will help customers determine the affordability of a car. Don't let them leave your website to get the answer to this question. The next takeaway, better communication using technology. So how can you do that? Like what are specific actions? For example, we talk about loom.com for video messaging and walkthrough videos. Don't just send them a message about the price, right? Send them your, like walk into the lot, ask the salespeople to use it. It's free. They could literally, each one can create their own account and text message a video. It's a link, so people tap, it's going to open up. It's free to use. Why not using it? So you could ask all your salespeople or yourself, instead of really messaging people, send them video message, either by email or text message. They feel special. They feel that you really spend the time and the energy. You step out of the dealership and recorded video instead of just literally sending an email text message where everybody else doing it. Again, this is a standing out game with everybody having a website, with everybody's like almost every other dealership can sell the same car you're selling. The question becomes, how can you stand out? And these are specific action that doesn't cost you anything and help you stand out. We get this excuse from dealers that, oh, we can't spend more money, or we can't do this, or it's like, these doesn't cost you anything. It's really you not being lazy and just use the time you have driving home, the time you are doing nothing instead of checking social media. Like on a personal level, ask your sales team to be active, and instead of just text messaging the price, go to the dealership, show their face, flip the camera, show the car so they know who they're buying from, what they're buying, walk around the car, message a video, text message it to them. Use Calendly. It's another free software that you could help automate the appointment setting. Many people watch these when they, like most of us, I know I do, spend time when I want to sleep, and I look at like different websites and social media and different places, and imagine somehow I land to your website and I want to really book a time, either early morning or afternoon, or sometimes to come and visit your place or visit a car, set an appointment. And well, it's late, I can't call, I know nobody picks up, so I skip to another place. Even though that you could really build that people can really book a test drive, like book an appointment and do that automatically. Calendly, you can connect Calendly to your sales team's Google Calendar, and you could even connect it to softwares like Zoom. All of these can be interconnected, extremely easy, and you can find the tutorial videos. And you automate the whole process as an admin person sitting in your website, booking a meeting, booking a virtual meeting, booking an in-person meeting, add it to your customer's calendar, add it to your calendar, and you didn't really do anything. And the interesting part, none of these softwares, Zoom, Google, Calendly, they all have free version forever. That can be fully functional for a dealership to use. Again, doesn't cost you anything. And communicate with customers after the purchase with special offers and industry knowledge. And once a customer leaves you, if you can remember who they are, like what's their life story, you could add a comment in the description in your DMS. And you could either automate this, there are softwares for this to do. Glow3D can help you do some part of this. But again, you could also send them a special offer, surprise them with something, either a free car wash, and you could really announce it and ask people to take a photo of their cars when they did the car wash and post it to social media. And imagine you could really have one of the luxury cars you have in your lot. If you could really tell them, hey, we'd love you to come and test drive this like much nicer car that they have, because in your database, you know what car they purchased, and you could really surprise them with an afternoon, with a date, to really tell them, hey, go use this for half a day. It's not a lot of mileage added to the car, but they're going to remember, they're going to take a photo of it, they're going to talk about it, and that's the advertising you need in your local. It didn't really cost you. You have the cost. Car, it probably like already covers the insurance for test drive, because that's probably how you're going to give them to test drive it. And all of these are going to be the talk of the person. It's a story they're going to tell to people they know. And all of these is going to bring back customer. Surprise them with a car wash. Mention that in advance. Tell them, hey, every month we give a lucky customer a car wash, and this month, this is the person who wins. A lucky customer gets a free oil change. A lucky customer gets something that other dealers don't do, and they sell the car and they forget that customer. So this way you could build the connection. And imagine what, they're at a party, somebody wants to buy a car. I promise you your name is going to come up without you guys spending money. So you're going to be everywhere with your customer. These things doesn't cost a lot. It costs $20, $30. But that way you organically customize advertising to a group of people that your customers know. And the best and the biggest marketing is when people refer you to someone, because the person that get referral, they most of the time they don't compare the prices, because they're coming because they trust you, because somebody else had a good experience. That person said, hey, you offer them a great deal, a great service, you surprise them with all these free stuff, and it's going to help you to be able to even sell more to the next person to come in and do the same value, in fact. So the next one, build trust for the vehicle. So as they do the online research, the study shows if you can disclose all the known issues right from the start, even on your website, by using like, I don't know, the photos of the damages, or by showing like interactive version of it, or having a document or a report or something, that builds trust, which is what you want. That helps you stand out. You can help them show comparable prices, and be able to compare like what to get and how to get, and I apologize, this didn't work out. Just 1 second. So if you can help them make all those decisions at those times, that will be a huge plus for you, to be able to have a better understanding. So build trust for the company. Educate your customers about your industry through your social media. Better websites and presentation will help you create a better company image. Help your local nonprofit organizations and people in need, because then you become part of the community. Again, people will know you and will help create more trust for you and for your company. Create a memorable experience through better customer service. There are many samples for this where you can surprise customers with something that were not expected. We talked about this before. It really comes up here again for building trust as well. And this is a long-term strategy. So do not look for a quick direct impact on the free oil change you did, even though that most of the time might happen, but look at it as a long-term brand effort and as a strategy. So everything when you do to build trust for the company is a long-term game. It's not a short-term game. And create a memorable experience. That's your superpower. That's what larger car groups do not have, because you can remember your customers by name. You could really surprise them with something special. You can offer them a good service. You could close a little bit later, wait for them to arrive, or open a little bit early, or offer them alternative times, or know your customers, their names, their story. And you don't have to really memorize them. You could add them as a note, and when the next time customer comes, ask them, hey, by the way, how's your son? Like, congratulations, I heard they graduated. So build a connection with them, and they see you as their friend, and not only they will come to you, they will come back to you as well. So we're almost done. To really connect different things here is that, so we talk about generating more leads, better engagement, and make them buy from you. And the way we would connect it, creating educational content and content marketing will help you generate more leads. High quality online presence help you engage better with them, and then deal that they cannot refuse will help them make buy from you. So this is sort of summary. So if you didn't learn anything and today, and you want to walk out here and just remember one slide, this is the most important slide, because then these are what is going to correlate and connect to all these 5 moments, and that they deal with. This is slide probably the most important one, that really connects how what you want can automatically get aligned what your customer want, and that creates purchase. So this actually concludes our online presentation. Thank you so much for everyone for coming and listening to us. You guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out at sean@glow3d.com. That's actually my phone number. Feel free to text message, email, call. And if you want to automate most of what we talked about today, my company will be able to help you. If you're busy, if you're lazy, if you don't have time, if you don't have the people to do it, our software can basically, is a marketing software, can help you do that. But again, this presentation was really all about how you can avoid us. But when you get to the point that you do need a software, we hope you guys consider us as well as look into it. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.